Okay, hello everyone. Hope you are all having a good Thursday, and hopefully we can make it a little bit better. I am Crash McQueen, and I'm as per usual joined by Alma Jacko, my partial co-commentator. How you doing today, Jacko?
I'm good, thank you, Crash. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Looking forward to this finale. It's been a fun 16 weeks, I guess 19 or 18 weeks with the two break weeks and whatnot, and it's all come down to this. It's looking fun. It's looking fun for sure.
Yeah, a new track is always something people look forward to. Possibly not as much as usual with it being this track, but it's still something new, and new is always good in I think in a fun paddock.
Yes,
Unless you're talking about changing up the track at with Gabby.
yes, yeah. It was fun yesterday in F2. We'll get into the track in a little bit here. But on your screen right now, you see the Division One driver lineup, and that will be different. And after this race, when we rejoin us back in Season 5, it'll be all different with the new drafted team and everything. So let's take a peek over at what these drivers have put up for points this season. Of course, Mystic Joker in gold there, Division One champion, all locked up. It was nice to see it go down to the last 2 weeks. Hey, Jacko, Hash did a really good job.
Yeah, Hash has done a fantastic job all season, especially with I think his best result was still P3, but it just shows the consistency of the guy. He always finishes the races, and it's always within the top 10, if not top 5. So that was my approach when I was in Division One. I think it served him very well.
Yeah, the consistency can really pays off. It's very much rewarded here in Midwest, and that's something that Pork Chops has wanted to implement from day one. And his point system definitely has done that with seeing how Hash is above Jin, even though Jin, I'm sure, has more podiums than Hash this year. But Hash is just proof consistent with just solid top tens all throughout the board. But anywho, looking at maybe a little bit of surprise, I guess Matt Rosie down in eighth, and he might the position might change, but an inconsistent year with him. Problems with attendance, but that is what it is. Maybe with a little bit better attendance next year, we might see him higher up point standings. But a quick shout out before I toss it off to you, if you have a shout out to Impossible Bacon. That's a man of consistency, even though he had some DNFs. Looking for a top 5 finish here in season 4, so I got to give my hat tip to him. But won't you? Who's your secret shout out for
I
this
think
season?
Will needs a shout out. Will Aaron's
A
he
good
missed
one.
a lot of
That's a
the
good one.
opening portion of the season, and it looked like he was in trouble for relegation. And all of a sudden, he pops himself well up there in the order, and in no danger whatsoever, especially with the win at Baku. So I think he's had a fantastic second portion of the season.
Yeah,
Deserves a shout
inconsistent
out
to start as well. Sorry, but yeah,
for
when
sure. For sure, at the start wasn't so good, but then he got used to the game. I think there was an update where he found a lot of pace, or at
mhm.
least a bit more consistency. And yeah, things started to fall into place for him a bit more.
Yes, exactly. Good point. Good point. That's a solid shout right there. Scuba Steve right now sitting in the relegation. Unfortunately, we're going to say goodbye to Random Series and Soy Loco. They'll be dropping down in Division Two. Nikki is up in Division One today, replacing Random. He's taken the final couple weeks off ever since he got the. Ever since he was for sure demoted, he's just kind of chalked up the season and taken these Thursdays off for him. So, unfortunately, in Life Scene, we'll see Random Series and Soy Loco down. Scuba Steve still in the fight. As you can see, he's sitting. Needs a good couple races or a good race to, you know, pull back and kind of pull himself out of the relegation zone, and we'll see what he can do. You as well as anyone know, he's a really quick driver.
Oh, for sure. Scuba Steve does not deserve to be in the relegation. Uh, I mean, I know he's a very hit or miss driver, but he does hit sometimes, and I think he's capable of winning races in Division One.
Yeah,
So
so
for any of those three guys who get demoted, I think they'll be championship challengers in Division Two next season, or we might see them back up in Division One by come is it season 6?
yeah.
So I mean, we're just flying through the seasons here in Midwest. It's crazy to think that we're already thinking about season 6. But
Oh,
obviously, still season 4.
oh, I completely agree. It just goes so quickly. But yeah, we'll get to Division 2. I expect that to be a slugfest next year. But on to the Constructors Championship. That's our main eye here for Jeddah in Division 1. 61 points is the difference for Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. Alfa Romeo need both drivers to finish this race. If they get one DNF, then things can get real hairy here. So that's our main focus for Jeddah in Division 1.
And you just don't know what's going to be thrown up because people are all over the place in Jeddah. There's walls. People can make mistakes in front of you, and it's so high speed that you might not see it coming. There's a few blind corners too, so things that aren't in your control could really affect the way this Constructors Championship pans out. Indeed, all the battles throughout the field.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll look back quickly at the results of last week in Imola. Mystic Joker with the win. All he needed was a 17th place to lock it up. Decides to just get first to lock it up, and then some. Jin with second place, Hash third, and V-Shoots Queen with a solid 4. And we're going to look at V-Shoots for next season. He's shown some really solid pace since his arrival in Division 1. And we'll see what he can do against these guys in a full season. But the McLaren double DNF is kind of the reason why we've seen McLaren at the bottom of the Constructors Championship in Division 1 for quite a while there. Yolmir can have his podiums, but Random Serious, unfortunately more often than not, was finding himself in the back of the pack and even DNFing a majority of those times as well. So we'll see if McLaren can turn around for next season as well.
Yeah, well, talking of next season, we've already got some drivers actually confirmed for their teams.
Yes.
In Division 1. So we've got Jim returning to Aston Martin. A lot of guys being really loyal to their teams, Hatch and Murph actually, for Ferrari. Whether they win it this season or not, they're both going to return for Ferrari next season and possibly have another go at it. And you've got Kate Thomas in Red Bull. I think that's the third season in a row now. And Alfa Romeo retaining Mystic. So you might see the same cars up front with Jin and Mystic remaining in those cars, and indeed Kate Thomas, he's P3 in the championship currently. So, wow, that's more loyalty than I've seen in leagues in the past.
Yeah, these guys are very content with the constructors that they've gotten here. But I brought up before, and we brought up before Division 2 and how much of a slugfest it'll be next season. This season was just as much as one. I think we got a report saying anyone in the top 7 has a possibility to still move up into Division 1. They still have a chance for promotion. Nikki's got a big race here today in Division 1, replacing Random Series, as I said before. Niru Nix is out of the promotion position for the first time for a long time. He's led Division 2 for a majority of the year, and going into the final race, he actually sits 1 point off of Nikki. So Division 2 is just going to be an absolute cracker. I'm really looking forward to how that one turns out.
Well, not only for the promotion spots, but I thought it was top 7 going for the actual title.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so it would have been top 8, by the way, but Houdini can't attend. So that would have been insane. But not that it isn't insane already. That is absolutely cracked, especially given that they're not all racing in the same lobby. There are permutations where 2 of them are actually in Division 1, as you probably already mentioned, Hightower and Nikki. And that could be a situation where, one driver thinks he's champion, looks at the stream and realizes, oh man, it's still actually on in this other race. So that's going to be quite the thing to watch out for all those 7 guys.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very intense, and as well as the relegation battle, I've added points and how safe or how far off these guys are. You can see the 2 AlphaTauri teammates there, 1 point difference between those 2. So that's going to be a crazy battle between them. They literally need to just beat each other. But all those drivers up ahead of them, all the way up to Forza Juve, anything can happen. So unfortunately, Saffron City is guaranteed down. VTEC still has a shout. But Forza Juve, Fuse Elm, Smith 630, Chief Brace, Texas Speech, Evil Prime, they are not safe at all. So a crazy finale can take place in Division 2, and I'm really excited to see what we're going to get from there.
Imagine being demoted because of stacking with your teammate who was also in the demotion battle.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the saddest thing.
That'd be terrible. That would be terrible. Oh, and Porkchop starts the stream with 13 months, bitches. So thank you very much. Quickly, we're running out of time here. We're we're at Jeddah right now, but we got the Constructors Championship for Division 2. What is that? That's about a 69 point difference, 59 point difference, right? Yes, 59 point difference between Red Bull and Williams there for the Constructors Championship for Division 2. So that can come down to the bitter end as well. So a lot left to play here for Division 2.
And that's got to be the main focus. Unless you're talking about the Constructors title in Division 1, I think the more exciting battle is actually Division 2. It has so many implications for next season in Division 1.
Oh yeah. It's going to be, Division 2 is going to be an absolute, I've already claimed it to be the championship of England. You were just bringing up English football before we started the stream, so that's my comparison. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be crazy. But finally, the Division 2 results at Imola. Texas Beach with a massive win. Dace with a second place, and Forza Juve coming over the line with a podium. And DNFs went to A. Daltonian, near Nix, which is massive, Static Hazard, and Fuse Rogue. So just so much left to be played there. I'm really excited, really interested on how that one's going to turn out. Unfortunately, we can only watch one race, but we do get to watch Division 1. I get to watch. You're in Division 3, correct?
That's right.
Yes, so best of luck there. Looks like we're going to get a car over the line to start his first hot lap. We'll get on board with Scavney here for our first time around Jeddah, and he swings his way through turn 1 and 2. And I've got to try and keep up with these turns here. We're already about to enter turn 4. Turn 3 is kind of a myth, and already off the track goes Scavney and invalid. So we're going to drop back to Murfancelli, who's still on a hot lap. He hasn't yet to go invalid, taking clean line. Looking like he's going to really try and get a banker in here. Does a good job of extending that track limit as much as possible without going invalid. And he's going to enter down into the first hairpin here, turn 13, which is a fairly proper hairpin, by the looks of it. And now we're coming around 14 and back into the slalom train we go. Could have extended a little bit more, getting a little closer to that wall, but like I said, putting up a solid banker is Murfancelli, so not wanting to push the limits too hard. And you got to be careful here. Does a good job going right up on to that white and red curb. It's kind of a curb. What would you call that? You know, like the fake curbs? They're not actually curved, but they're kind of curbs.
I think they're just painted on, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know? There's literally one that's raised, and it catches me out a few times. So
yeah.
It's the one that you flip back right before the final DRS thing.
Yeah, it's kind
of
odd.
It's actually a bit right.
There you go, Helg. Oh no, sorry. Murfancelli getting quickly overtaken by Scuba Steve, and Mystic Joker going a second faster than Scuba Steve. Wow. And then Helg nearly taking out, who was that? It was a Red Bull. And then he comes over the line and overtakes his teammate. And Yolmir going, ooh, 1/10 back of Mystic Joker. Very quick time. Matt Rosie entering the final turn here. Taking a clean line, wants to extend it as much as possible. Gets fairly close to the wall. DRS is open, tries to stay as tight as he can to the wall, and then he jumps into third. Another driver going into the 128. JC Blackley has a qualifying ban, I believe. And Jin goes 8th, and I was on board with his teammate. Hightower coming up from Division 2 goes way behind his teammate. I'd imagine that was a oopsie kind of a lap. Sui starting a hot lap, and Nikki going 8th with a 130. Oh, here we go. Jacko, you'd love to see it. We had a little bit of Williams team orders, I guess. Just team camaraderie, that's a good word. Coming down the final DRS straight before the final turn, and that launches Scavney into 6th place. Not too bad. Now he's going to help out his teammate Impossible Bacon.
Yeah, we've always noticed that Bacon is very team oriented. whenever there's an opportunity for slipstream qualifying, he's the one providing.
Oh, he's good with that. He's very good. Scavney returned the favor coming back down the pit straight, so these guys, they've got their team orders on lock. Now it's Impossible's turn to go for a hot lap here.
But even going back to last season, when Jin and Bacon were teammates, you'd always see those guys working pretty well together.
Yep, yep. And Will, another Brit, coming over the line in 6th place. Not too bad, just edging out Scavney. And Jin jumps up into 4th, going on the same tire compound. And Hash goes into 2nd. Hash continuing some solid form. Sui, looking for a solid race here today, goes 13th. Hightower wanting to improve it. He's on medium, so I think he's just trying to get laps in. And Nikki is into the pit. Impossible is just coming around the final turn. He is in mediums. We'll see where he sits though. Guess we'll pull that up. And he goes 10th, just ahead of Murph and Selly. So Jin right now is sitting 5th on medium, 7/10 off of Mystic's time. Now I imagine Mystic has left some in the tank. Scooby and Young DJ are on outlaps here. I thank everyone that has tuned in here on this lovely Thursday afternoon, wherever it is, for the Season 4 finale. First season is about to be in the books of F1 2021. It's been an entertaining one. Mystic Joker taking another Drivers' Championship, and we talked to him 2 weeks ago, and he doesn't expect a three-peat to be as easy as the first two. Even the first one was fairly wrapped up easily. The second one, he had a little bit more difficulties with Hash kind of just staying right on the back of his neck the entire way through.
You mentioned how close he was to winning in Season 2 as well. It could have been 3 in a row already.
Yeah, that's true. If it wasn't for someone.
Yeah. That's not what I was going for, but...
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
The point
it's
is
just a humble brag. No, I'm just playing. So now Helg's put out a decent qualifying here on the softs. Well, Scuba Steve, actually first lap went out on the mediums. So he's putting in some pretty solid times here. He's 7th on the mediums. Now he's 4/10 up on his fastest lap on those mediums through the first sector, going purple through sector 1. Now he came to this race in a full business suit with black shades and beats over the ears. Wanted nothing but focus heading into this final race. He does not want to go down to Division 2. He earned his way up into this division, and he feels that he is quick enough to stay in this division. And a lot of people can agree with him, but he's put himself in a very difficult position here. And this is one of our main watches for this evening's race, to see what Scuba Steve can do, if he's going to be able to fight himself out. Starting off really well. 7th place on those mediums, taps the outside wall of turn 27. Shouldn't lose him too much time, but maybe a little bit. And where does he go? Into 4th. So his sector 2 and 3 weren't as blistering as sector 1 was, but he's still sitting 4th place. Not too bad. 2/10 up, nearly exactly on Matt Rosie, and a 10th off of Yolmir for 3rd. Yolmir trying to improve 0.05 of a second quicker, and yeah, it just stays there. Can't really go any faster, as it seems. At least right now. Where can Helg go? Helg jumps up into 5th, once again right behind his teammate of Scuba Steve. So right now the Mercedes are starting 4 and 5, which is kind of where we expected them to have some chances at some more points. We were really kind of expecting Mercedes to be our dark horse for the Constructors Championship, and it never really came through with them.
Yeah, it didn't help, obviously, that Held some rounds where he couldn't attend due to real life circumstances. And Scuba Steve's been a bit inconsistent, as you can see by the Drivers' Championship positions. But for sure, I think they had some promise.
Yeah. Scavney's on a pretty good lap here. He's 7/10 quicker through the final sector, and he jumps all the way up into 2nd. Wow. Not too bad from Scavney. He didn't even get the toe this time. Nicky's looking to improve on his time, and he stays 14th. Not what you want to see, as he did switch over to the softs to do that, where his initial lap was on the mediums. Cake Thomas is very far off the pace here, and he's going to come into the pit. Will it be another Cake Thomas poor qualifying? How many times have we seen that in the past? Wow, Jin was 8/10 up on his fastest lap. That would have given him pole, but he dives into the pits and right now is sitting 9th on mediums. Do you know much about a strategy here, Jacko?
I think the tyres last a long time. I think it's quite easily one step on the softest two compounds. So I would imagine I think it's starting on softs would be the go-to strategy. I'm not sure why he would go for mediums into 9th.
Yeah.
Or if he's like 4th.
I have no clue. Mystic looking to go into the 127s. Oh, 1,000th of a second off. Just misses it. Who's that? Impossible Bacon goes 6th. That moves Jin down to 10th. Very peculiar strategy from Jin there. I'm not sure why he didn't just go. He's in 10th now. Oh, Mother Ellie's back. Thanks for tuning in, Mother Ellie. I'm sure Mystic appreciates the support. Now it looks like Will's even going to push Jin out of the top 10 now. And around the final turn, it comes Will. Should go into the top 10 with this one, and it's into 9th. So yes, that pushes Jin out of the top 10. He has come back out for some softs. Now he would have had a chance to even break the 128s and go into the 127s. I'm really confused.
It wasn't invalid, was it?
No, it wasn't. I was on board with him. Something I gotta remember to ask him at the end. And Hightower improves, but still in the 130s. Ninas starts his first hot lap. A lot of drivers coming out of the pit now. This will probably be the end of Ninas's qualifying here. Pretty much a one-shot qualifying. So how much time do you have left in your qualifying session there, Jacko?
7.5 minutes.
.815 for Ninas. He's got to at least put up a time so he doesn't start 20th. Now yesterday in F2 I was actually getting a couple of really good camera angles. I'm hoping I can get that again this evening. Hightower comes around the final turn, past the pit entry, over the line, and is quicker but not quick enough. And then Ninas is next over. And then Nicky to start a hot lap. Ninas sets a 132, so he's probably going to go around again. Helg. Matt Rosie now, currently 8th and jumps up into pole with a 127.788. Jin is invalid. He does have enough ERS saved to go for another hot lap here. That'll be it for his qualifying. From this point on, anyone on a hot lap is going to have to take their time. Or their final time. They can't take their time, but they have to take their final time. We'll see if anyone is not going to be able to make the line to start their final hot lap. I believe that's Scavney. He's invalid. He should be able to go around once more. Has a lot of battery saved up. Ooh, Helg is invalid. I'm not sure if he'll be able to get around the track for another one. Mystic starts his hot lap. Hash starts a hot lap. Murph is going to be able to start another one. No, Yol is going to start his final one. We're into the final few seconds here. Yellow flags all over the place. Cake is going to be able to start his final one as well, and I think that might be it. That is it for time. Will Ants can't get to the line. And now the times are going to start flying in here. Jin looking to go into the 127s. Does, but is second. Helg's into the pit. Impossible is going to come over the line. Smith Pell jumps into 12th. Impossible into 4th. That's Nicky. Nicky is into the pit, and he's got 15th place right now. Sui is 4/10 up. Needs a lot more time to jump ahead of Hightower. Can't quite do it. Scavney jumps ahead of his teammate. Scuba Steve now. He goes 3rd into the 127s. Here we go. We got Mystic Joker. He's quicker. And takes pole with a 127.629 or 692, sorry. And Hash is done. Murph and Selly goes 13th. Hightower's invalid. Cake, believe, yeah, Cake is the final one here. Where can Cake go? 8th. Pushes Helg down to 10th and Hash down to 9th. Will Ants to 11th. So Will Ants having that 11th option. And that will bring an end to qualifying. Mystic Joker goes fastest. Matt Rosie 2nd. Jin 3rd. Scuba Steve 4th. Only 4 drivers to go into the 127s. Is there anyone in the 127s in your lobby there, Jacko?
No.
No? Sorry?
Not yet, no.
So, speaking of Division 3, we'll bring that up for everyone here. So there's some drivers in trouble. Hammer is 44 points back from Born Shed. Mitch Burns has Division 3 Championship locked up. Pork Chops is looking to move back up in Division 2, and Capital looking to move up in Division 2 as well. So exciting times in Division 3 also. But the final qualifying for Division 1, we see Mr. Joker on pole, Matt Rosie 2nd, Jin 3rd, Scuba Steve 4th, Scabney 5th, Impossible 6th, Yulmir alongside Cake Thomas, Hash with Helg, Will Ans, Smith Pell, Young Murphy with Young DJ CJ, Nikki and Hightower, Sui with Super Ninas, and GSR Ryan Rods is with JC Blackley in the back of the pack. Other than F2, have you done a race at Jeddah before, or?
No, it's my first.
Ooh. So how was it yesterday for you with how tight it is at times?
Oh, that's unfortunate for me. I got caught up in a couple of crashes that happened in front of me. I just was doing most of it with a broken wing, so it's hard to compare, really. I don't think it's that fun. I'll be honest. There's too many DRS points. Can't defend, and when you can, it's you can't go side by side in the corners. You should be able to, and just straights. What's people?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out for the Formula One cars here.
I'm hoping that the track is a bit different IRL. They messed up. Sorry, Mexico, because you can go flat through it in the game. In the middle sector, or almost flat. But there's a third gear corner in those sweepers in the middle sector in real life. So it's entirely possible that there might be some errors in the track.
Oh, Ryan Rods is V Shoots Gween. Oh, why did he change his name? That throws me off. Is there a Discord for this league? Why, yes there is. I should put into the, but yeah, just exclamation point Discord. I'll do it for you there. No problemo. Let me know if that link works. If it does not, sometimes it doesn't for people. If it doesn't, then yeah, let me know. It doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work. Here you go. I'll get a fresh one for you here. Alright, there you go. While we wait for the formation lap to go, we will bring back up Division 3 Drivers Championship here. We'll take a look. It looks like ZGS and Enrique are going to go down. Hammer is fighting for his Division 3 life, winning Division 4 last season. So that's not what you want to see when you earn your way up into the next division and then unfortunately going down the season after. Oh, Dago, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. That brings us within, so very close, just on reaching distance to 250 follows. We can get there. We're so close. Hammer isn't racing tonight either. Ouch. So that guarantees him going down at Division 4. You never know. He might be able to win Division 4 again and find himself in Division 3. He's got to run the gauntlet again, and we'll see what he can do. But our main focus for the evening, and we'll try and get as much insight as we can on Division 2 with how tight it is. Detail currently leading the way. Monkey Mafia 2nd, Nikki 3rd. Nero Nix was leading the championship for a majority of the season, but unfortunately has dropped out of promotion and now sits 4th. Houdini, Dace, and Tiger NASCAR all have a chance to win the league, and I think Hightower has a chance to get promoted. So very close. 128.671 pull time for Division 3, says Pork. Was that you, Jacko?
No, I'm 3rd. Guitar Man Khan, Aston Martin was on pole, and Subtle but Pole joins him on the front row for Williams.
Not too bad, not too bad. We're about to line up here in Division 1. Oh, he's on PC. Well, you can still keep, you don't have to unfollow us though there, Dago. Sorry about that, I guess I should have specified it, but yeah. It was a short-lived love life between us, but you can still hang around and enjoy the race. This is the Season 4 finale, so it's going to be a fun one here. Mystic Joker has pole, looking to take another win. Oh, it was fun, but sorry. See ya. Ouch, that hurts. That was a fast one. Just ripped the band-aid, I guess, on that one. But alright, we'll see how this one goes. Mystic Joker first, Matt Rosie second. What can he do going into turn one on the inside line? 5 red lights go up for the last time here, and Scuba Steve, oh no, with the tragic jump start, and a drive-through penalty will happen for him. Mystic Joker takes the lead through turn one. Matt Rosie can't fight it out. Scuba Steve, even with the drive-through penalty, is going to get overtaken, or with the jump start, is looking to get overtaken by Jin right out of the gate. Impossible Bacon sitting 5th ahead of his teammate Scavney in 6th. The two Williams looking good out of the gate. Cake Thomas, though, wanting to get ahead of that Williams and just following him in behind, so very tight on the back of his gearbox. Pulls back and allows Scavney to kind of open up some space a little bit more. But by doing so, that brings Yolmir right onto the back of him. And Yolmir is looking at the inside line here and tries to shoot down but can't quite get it. Mother Ellie with the tier 1 subscription. Absolutely massive from Mother Ellie. Thank you very much. Very much appreciative for that. And we continue on our way in Sector 2 here, coming around the final couple of left-handers before we get into Sector 3. Yolmir just falling back of Cake, as Cake has been able to close that gap back down to Scavney. Scavney, the second of the Williams drivers here. Impossible Bacon looking to keep up pace with the drivers ahead. Scuba Steve losing a position really early on to Jin. And Jin trying to close down Matt Rosie. Mystic Joker already breaking away. Smith Pell looks like he spun out and not in a very good spot. But at the end of lap 1, looking like Helg lost 6 positions. I didn't even know that. Super Ninas gained 6 positions. Ryan Rods, V-Shoots Queen, also known as, jumping up into 5th. Scuba Steve takes his drive-through penalty early on here, and now this man is hoping for a safety car because he's going to be very much off the pace until one. As well as Smith Pell, currently sitting in 20th after that spin. I wonder if we're going to see him into the pit. I know it looks like he continues on to be very close to the back of JC Blackley. We've got to keep an eye on that Ferrari Alfa Romeo battle here. So we right now 16th, the two Ferraris 8th and 10th. So very close between those Ferrari powered constructors. And Sui just looking like he's struggling a little bit here early on. Young DJ CJ picking up the first time penalty of the session. But we'll jump on board in 7th place with Yolmir as he's following Cake Thomas. Impossible Bacon's able to break a second away from his teammate Scavney. Impossible now is behind Jin, and Jin is very close to the back of Matt Rosie. And Matt Rosie's actually closed that gap down to Mystic, but Mystic's got a lot of ERS saved up in the bank. Matt Rosie looking good through Sector 2 here and has closed the gap quite a bit to Mystic Joker, nearly within 0.3 of a second here. Mystic taking pole, Matt Rosie not too far off of his pace, and right now looking like it's going to look that way for the rest of this race here. Matt Rosie very tight on the back of Mystic Joker, but Mystic just having the edge. Matt Rosie throwing on ERS, Mystic Joker doing so as well. And Matt has the slipstream, and now he's going to have the help DRS, like Jacko said before. 3 DRS sections in this race. Yolmir losing position to Hash, Scavney losing position to Cake. Actually, they're battling it out through turn 3. A little bit of contact between Hash and Yolmir. And Hash looks like he's got the position done and is able to edge out Yolmir. Up into 7th place goes Hash. More points for the Ferrari boys. And now Jin. Ooh, Matt Rosie getting the first 3-second time penalties. That really hurts. And with that, Matt must have found himself in a little bit of trouble because Jin gets a fairly easy overtake through the first DRS zone and entering Sector 2. He actually unfollowed us, Jacko. That's actually hilarious. Oh my. And here we go, Jin. Looking very menacing here. Taking a little bit deeper lines than Mystic, and that's going to give him a really good launch here. Now Mystic's going to be under pressure here. Jin's got a really... Wow, and he's got the overtake very quickly and comes into turn 27 with the lead. Mystic's down into 2nd place. Impossible still holding onto the pace. I wonder if Matt actually caught a little bit of contact or something, maybe some of that phantom side pod damage. He's now in 4th and can't get past Impossible Bacon, as Impossible Bacon was able to overtake Matt Rosie somewhere early on in lap 3. Oh. Oh. Shoot. Alright, so we're back. Looks like JC crashed out. Seeing in chat that he got a puncture, that really hurts. So first DNF here. Safety car is out on lap 5 for the Division 1 boys. And, ooh. So Jin, Mystic, and Impossible deciding to pit for the mediums. Looking like they're going to want to try and make these last the rest of the race. A majority of the grid is actually pitting for the mediums, except for the 2 Ferrari drivers ahead in Hash and Murph and Selly. Helg staying out as well, 4 laps deep on these softs. Scuba Steve also, that kind of gets him back into the race, but he does need to pit stop. And a couple of drivers actually picking up penalties exiting the pit. So important Division 3 news. It's seeming like dead text message. DNF Division 2. Well, actually, no. Hammer's not. Okay, so it does. No, it doesn't matter. Hammer's not racing anyway. Okay, so not important Division 3 news. I guess important Division 3 news. The 3 drivers going down are ZGS, Enrique, and Hammer. All those ahead are safe.
I can see Enrique and ZGS going down to Division 4, being Division 1 runners.
Yeah, true. So a couple more drivers come into the pit. Scavney and Yolmir. They throw on some mediums and they're going to join back up at the back of the pack. Impossible right now on for a podium with Matt Rosie taking a penalty and all the other drivers around him needing to pit. Actually, Matt Rosie, Cake Thomas, and Will Ans The three closest drivers on the same strategy as Impossible Bacon all are with penalties right now. And all the other drivers around Impossible Bacon, other than Jin and Mystic, need to pit. So the closest rival right now for Impossible, I mean, I guess Matt Rosie, Cake, and Will something can happen, but still, the early penalties really do hurt them. Young DJ with 11 seconds worth of penalties early on. That's quite surprising. Yes, but if you're new to the Midwest F1 League and this is your first time stopping by, I guess I should specify we're a PlayStation League. So, if you're any interested with driving with us, we have quite the wait list, and you can put your name on it as well. But if you'd just like to tune in and see how the league is running, shoot us a follow, and you can pop by anytime that you're around. Thursdays around 6:30 Pacific or 9:30 Eastern, which is the same time. And we'll hopefully be seeing you around. And if you miss any of our action, go check it out on the YouTube channel. And if you'd like to see any of the updates, go to Twitter and Instagram for the Midwest F1 League social media accounts. So go check those out if you got nothing better to do. Even if you do have something better to do, go check it out. It doesn't hurt you. But right now we're about to get back into it. Yomir retires from the session. Excuse me? What happened to Yomir? But we're gonna get back here. Hash leads us. Helg and Murfincelli and Jin both get terrible restarts. Jin is 3/10 up on Mystic, and he's gonna look to try and clear some drivers real early here and force Jin to try and clear them as well. The sooner the better. And young DJ CJ's into the pit. Hightower seems to have spun out and he drops back to 17th. The walls of the street circuit. Is this technically a street circuit, Jacko?
I'd say so.
Yeah. The tight walls are really coming into play here. And Jin's looking really good here on Helg. Hash is already 2 seconds up on his teammate Murfincelli. Murph is leading Helg, who leads Jin, who leads Mystic, who is trying to break away from Impossible, and Impossible is in a really tough spot now. Nearly a second out of Mystic Joker. Jin gets a really good run here, and on what is the third DRS straight, is making headway on Helg, and Helg as well on Murfincelli. Is Helg going to send it down the inside line? Yes, he does. Murph goes very deep, and Murph gets a good launch out of the final turn. Now Jin's got a spoils for what slipstream he wants to use, and then he just dives down the inside line on Helg, and looks like we might have 3 abreast coming into turn 1. Jin does give way. Helg goes through. Murfincelli backs out. Jin overtakes Murph. Murph's back and slots ahead of Mystic. So now this is huge for Murfincelli to try and hold up Mystic Joker here and let Hash run away. Jin picking up a penalty. That one really hurts. And now Jin's closely following Helg here. And it looks like Mystic, gets Murfincelli. Murfincelli goes off. Seems to be okay though, but imagine he was trying to hold up Mystic a little bit longer than that. Helg and Jin taking alternate lines through that turn 13 hairpin. Jin really extends the track limits, man. Wow, he uses every inch on those white lines when he can. And now he's going to try and get Helg. Not sure if... No, Helg doesn't fight this one out. Doesn't use any ERS. And now Jin's going to try and break away. Helg now is sitting ahead of Mystic Joker. What is Helg going to do with Mystic Joker behind? Helg is probably going to come into the pit fairly soon here, and that will throw him all the way to the back of the pack with all the other soft compound drivers. Or if he's banking on another... okay, so DRS is enabled. He might be banking on another safety car. Sui getting overtaken by Nikki. And Sui actually looking like he switched back Nikki. Murfincelli loses another position now to Matt Rosie. But Nikki gets back in the slipstream. Might try and get back down the inside line of turn 1. Sui gives him the space, but can't quite commit to the full lunge. And Sui stays ahead in 14th, but Nicky might try and come back at Sui here. Murph picking up a penalty. Now in 8th on those 8-lap old softs. Helg is really holding up Mystic Joker here. Jin's starting to break away. And well closing that gap to Hash. He should have clean air for quite a while here. I don't think he's going to catch up to Hash anytime soon. I think by the time he does, Hash will probably come to the pit. So very important. We'll see how long Helg holds up Mystic, and as well as how aggressive Mystic gets on Helg for that overtake. And now DRS with Mystic, and this should become quite elementary, my dear Watson. Mystic Joker goes into 3rd place. Helg can't fight that one out too much. Mystic on the far fresher tire. And Helg may think about entering the pit fairly soon here. Gets DRS, he might try and follow Mystic for a while. But now Scuba Steve is coming at Impossible Bacon. But can't get him into turn 1. Penalty to Murph and Selly for speeding into the pit lane. That will slow him down. And a wing change too. So Helg's still keeping pace with Mystic. Mystic's now 2 seconds back of Jin. And Jin is slowly growing that lap. We're on lap 10 here. Or sorry, we're on lap 11. These soft compound tires are 10 laps old. For all those drivers yet to pit. Scuba Steve picking up a penalty. He's got a total of 3 seconds. If he shoots Queen, Ryan Rods, aka, or known as Ryan Rods, is currently sitting 9th right now. He's got a penalty on hand. Smith Pell just behind on the soft tires, and it's gonna be tough on him to try and ride those up for the rest of the Grand Prix. So now Jin's moved that gap to above 3 seconds now, and he's right on the back of Hash here. Hash is going to stay out. Jin's going to try and get this overtake. Hash goes to defend the outside line. Jin should have the car fully ahead into turn 1. Yes, he does. He clears Hash fairly easily, and if anything, a little bit of help with the DRS. Ooh, Helg and Scuba Steve are battling it out. I think Helg allows Scuba Steve to go through. Helg not knowing that he's not really in relegation battles, so no need to fight his teammate that hard. Does pick up a 3-second time penalty with commentator's curse coming into play on near perfect timing. So both Scuba and Helg do need to pit here. When are these drivers going to come into the pit, though, is the big question. They are going to fall back quite a bit. But when will it be? Scuba closing the gap on Impossible here, even with these old softs. And Impossible is actually fairly close to Mystic Joker. So Helg does come into the pit. Maybe waiting to see what Scuba Steve was going to do. Scuba and Impossible are battling it out. Scuba wants to get the overtake done. Even on these old softs, he makes it work. Goes through Impossible. Now he's back up to 4th, but he does need to pit, and he's got 3 seconds worth of time penalty still. But a safety car could help out Scuba quite a bit. It all comes down to timing. His teammate falls all the way back to 15th place. And actually spins a little bit coming out of the pit, but he just drops back. He's 15th place, so no big deal. Why? I mean, I understand why Renault had to change to Alpine, but it's just like there's way too much blue going on. I mean, I've gotten better with it now, but still, there's just so much blue. Impossible does come back and re-overtakes Scuba coming into turn 27. Now Scuba is going to come into the pit. Hash coming into the pit as well. So virtually splitting the race in half for these softs. That vaults Impossible Bacon up into 3rd place. Jin is still just 3 seconds ahead of Mystic Joker. Mystic is starting to close the gap now on Jin. What's going on with Jin? Why is Jin slowing up so much now? And Will Ans is out. And that brings out a safety car. Wow. Scuba actually throws on some hards. What? I'm really hoping he didn't get a glitch. Now this is big for Hash. If all these drivers ahead come into the pit, he's going to launch up the standings. Murph and Sally is probably going to try and ride this one out. These drivers that switched over to the mediums can probably go in for a fresh set of softs if they choose. Helg exits the pit with a fresh set of mediums. And both AlphaTauris are out of this Grand Prix.
That's on my list. I'm going to AlphaTauri.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Okay, so now the pit stop game is taking place. Cake Thomas stays out. Hash stays out. All these drivers are coming in for softs. Scuba, even after just pitting for fresh hards, is going to come back into the pit for fresh softs. And pretty much everyone does so. And actually Impossible overtook Jin in the pits. What happened there?
Gotta imagine that's a replaced win. That might be why Jin lost some time.
Potentially. Jin might have also got stuck in Or no, do they just auto release, right? They don't, you don't actually get stuck in the pit in multiplayer.
Not very often.
No. Because virtually the whole field pitted.
His teammate wasn't almost a lap down and pitted as well, was he? That could have been case and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, Jin's back and forth. Cake Thomas stays out with the lead, but he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. This is big for Hash. Sui on 9-lap old medium stays out. He's got a 5-second penalty on top. Murph and Selly all the way back in 14th. So we'll pull up the trusty old calculator. And they are 61 points back. Now Murph comes in for some fresh softs. But right now, Mystic Joker himself is doing enough to win the Constructors Championship for Alfa Romeo. So fastest lap right now sits with Jin with a 1:30.568. Oh, I didn't even notice. So young DJ CJ is out of this.
Massive for the promotion. Sorry for the relegation.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So Scuba Steve needs to finish with 43 points. So he needs 14th place. Jin makes a late lunge into the pit. We're back to green. Scoop Steve virtually needs to finish to get himself out of relegation. And I didn't even know how bad of a DNF that was for a young DJ. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Cake Thomas leads us here. Super Nunez picks up a penalty. Mystic Joker looking good for a win, but Impossible Bacon is going to do as much as he can. The few men left in this race with a solid shout to do so. Sui almost losing a position really early to Smith, and it looks like Smith is going to get it. Now Super with a really good run. And Super's going to try and clear Sui as well, with Sui on those 11-lap old mediums. Some fresh softs for all the drivers behind. Helg DNFing. Not sure how much that'll change things. And yeah, Sui does get overtaken. Now we're on board with Scavney. Scavney looking to get through. Mystic Joker already overtaking Cake. impossible trying to do so as well. Kate gets pushed around the outside of lap 27, and a safety car comes out right after with Helg's DNF in the middle of sector 2. All right. Well, another safety car here. I believe that's safety car number 3 at Jeddah. I was hoping that we would be getting a race like that, but unfortunately we are. If a finale isn't a finale, I guess, without a safety car here. I guess the race isn't... No, we've actually been pretty good the last little while with no safety cars in Midwest. Looks like we're going to go around the track once more, and then we'll get back into racing. Mystic Joker leads the way. Jake Thompson is going to try and hold out for the podium. Hash wants a podium. Sui is going to potentially continue to drop down the order. So if Mystic, pull up the calculator once again. Hash to finish 3rd with 90 points. Okay. Murph and Selly right now sitting 12th. Just give them that 51. Okay, then minus 41. So even then, still not enough to cover. So Murph and Selly needs to make some overtakes here and find himself higher up the order. So
we got our third second job.
Oh, you got your 3rd as well?
Yeah, they've been pretty much in time with each other.
Ah. Twinsies. Okay, now we'll do this. 90 minus 61 equals 29. So if Murph can somehow work himself into the top 7 and Mystic were to not get fastest lap, and then on top of that for Sui to DNF, then Ferrari can get the championship. But if Sui completes the race in any sort of fashion, that'll bring Alfa Romeo to a total of 201, and then at that point Ferrari can't do it. So if Mystic Joker wins the race and Sui just finishes the race, then that will be confirmed and Alfa Romeo Constructors Championship. So we restart on lap 20, 6 laps to go here. Still a lot to play for. Scuba Steve needs to complete 90. Sui loses another position. Jin overtakes his Division 2 teammate Hightower. Impossible Bacon clearing Cake Thomas early on, and now Impossible is already 1.7 seconds back of Mystic. So Cake really kind of sewering Impossible on any sort of chance of a win there. Murph picking up a penalty, so that's going to hurt even more. And Sui getting overtaken by a lot of drivers here. Goes back into 13th place. I wonder if he knows the game plan, that all he needs, is just to finish here. Jin overtaking Murph. Murph drops back into 12th. He does sit ahead of Sui, but like I said, he needs a lot to happen. Now Jin trying to get Nikki. Now of course Nikki was in Division 1 last season. Gets relegated down to Division 2 and has now put himself in a position to try and get himself back up into Division 1. A top 10 would be very nice for him here. Top 10 would give him 60 points, which is equivalent to a 5th place in Division 2. Hash overtaking Cake now. Smith Pell as well is on for a really good finish if he can stay clean. Scuba Steve overtaking Scavney. We'll swing back over the points here. Super with 6 seconds, Cake with 6, and Ryan Rods with 3. Jin does get through on Nikki. Nikki looks like he fought that one back going into turn 27, but Jin re-overtakes. There's no Cake on 15 lap old mediums. Really playing the long game with these bad boys. And Murph gets overtaken by Matt Rosie. Sui with another penalty, that's okay. He just needs to get over the line. And oh no, commentator's curse comes into play. Smith Pell spins or does something and loses some major time. Still has his front wing intact, so that's good news there. Ryan Rod's trying to come at Cake Thomas here. Cake's going to do what he can to defend, but these mediums are going to start wearing out and goes way off. Now Ryan Rods is doing as much as he can to avoid Cake. No DRS yet. He's just purely got a better run than him. Both implementing ERS, and Ryan Rods is going to try and send this one around the outside with the final turn. Does a good job and gets a good launch out, and Cake just can't keep up with the traction. Ryan Rods goes up into 4th. And with 3 seconds of time penalties, but Hash may be a little bit too far gone. We're on lap 22 of 25 here. 4 full laps to go left in season 4. Juju in chat cheering on Sui. Sui seeming like he understands what is to play for the Alfa Romeo team. Like I said, simply just needs to finish. We'll see what Impossible Bacon could do, as Impossible is closing the gap on a Mystic. Hightower is going to come at Sui into the hairpin. Sui backs out. Hightower jumps up into 13th place, continues his penalty-free run. Sui back into 14th. Nikki actually coming out of the pit. Matt Rosie with another penalty. Not his day after a good qualifying. Back in 11th place behind his teammate Smith Pell. But here we go. Impossible Bacon is nearly within a second now to Mystic Joker. And Mystic Joker is actually using up a lot of his ERS, so he may be actually struggling a little bit here. And Impossible Bacon is giving this one a really good ride. 9/10 out is Impossible on Mystic. Now at one point we did see Jin really open up that gap on Mystic, but then at some point Jin lost it all. Not sure if that was due to any side pod damage or whatnot. Jin currently back down in 9th with 6 seconds of time penalties in that midfield crowd that's absolutely littered with time penalties. And Scavney losing a couple positions here. Now he's in a direct battle with Jin, and he spins and is into the wall. A fairly peculiar spot here, and we'll get on board with Hightower. And oh no, Jin loses it, and he's into the wall as well. Yeah, that is a very broken car. Impossible is within a half a second, but does have 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Really pushing to try and close the gap on Mystic Joker here. Impossible's now within 4/10 to Mystic. Very close. And he looks like he's going to get an overtake here. We're on lap 24 and we got a change for the lead. Impossible Bacon overtakes Mystic Joker. Impossible is into the lead. I bet you never thought you'd hear me say that. But Impossible does have 3 seconds worth of time penalties, and that's really important here. Mystic, all he has to do is just follow him. But crazier things have happened. Sui still holding strong, no one behind him, only Hightower in front. He's just going to ride these 18-lap old mediums to the end. Same with Cake Thomas, who's within a second of Scuba Steve, but I don't imagine we're going to see any sort of overtakes. All the drivers behind have a bunch of penalties as well, so we should be safe with 6th place. Scuba Steve has guaranteed a spot in Division 1 next season. Young DJ CJ will be the 3rd driver to go down, unfortunately. Easy win. Ouch, that hurts. Ryan Rod's very close to Hash, but surely no competition here for the final podium position. Hash with no penalties. Ryan Rod's with 3. Hash just has to keep it clean, but commentators have been known to curse things, so we'll see if it happens here. Hash is going to enter the final lap in 3rd place, and with a solid gap. Impossible is going to force Mystic into a very peculiar line into turn 1. Opens back out for the racing line. Mystic is able to take it through the middle and re-overtake. Ryan Rods does get Hash. And now Hash is going to be harassed by Scuba Steve because Scuba wants to close the gap and actually bumps the back of Hash a little bit. We continue our way through Sector 1 for the final time of Season 4. I'll take a second here to thank everyone for tuning in throughout the entire season. Appreciate everyone that does get involved in the chat. Jack and I are very happy for those that did get involved and that did follow through our journey here in Season 4. And we hope everyone will come back for Season 5. It's going to be a fun, exciting season. Abu Dhabi is to come first, starting back up on December 16th. So be sure to tune in then. And thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoy this last couple of turns we've got for you here. Scavney is going to start the final solid lap here, but Mystic Joker and Impossible Bacon are already about to enter the final turn. Impossible is going to try and fight Mystic out. It may not matter in the end with Mystic not having any penalties, but he sends it, attempting to send it around the outside, but we're going to get a little bit of a drag to the finish here. Will Impossible be able to overtake him before the line? Yes, he will, but the penalty is going to send him back. A fun little drag race to finish that one out. Hash within a half a second, he'll jump into 3rd place. Spins and breaks the Ferrari coming over the line. Scuba Steve with a solid 5th place. Ryan Rods in 4th. Scuba saves himself in Division 1. Cake Thomas in 6th. Super Ninas in 7th. Matt Rosie 8th. Smith Pell 9th. Not the day the Alpines were hoping for. And that as well confirms it too. Alfa Romeo are going to take home the Constructors Championship. The brother duo of Mystic Joker and Sui are going to come home with the win. Murphy and Hash just missing out. Very consistent season from both those drivers, but just couldn't quite be consistent enough. They just didn't quite have it all, and maybe we'll see if they can do it in Season 5. As I think, Jacko, you told me that that Hash and Murph and Sally confirmed that they'll be teaming once again for Ferrari in Season 5, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, so looking forward to that, we'll see. And then Mr. Joker and Sui have not confirmed if they'll be returning as well.
Just in case.
Oh, Juju followed. Thank you very much, Juju. I think that now gives us to 248. Or 247. Yeah, because that one prick unfollowed us. Straight up. Trying to get a results picture from Division 2, and you got to be sure to take one as well when your race is done there, Jacko.
Yeah, we've still got plenty of laps to go.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, well, Division 1 is in the books for Season 4. Mystic Joker confirms the Alfa Romeo Championship, coming over with a win. Impossible Bacon with a solid second. Hash in third, Ryan Rod's fourth, Scuba Steve fifth, Cake sixth, Ninas seventh, Matt Rosie 8th, Smith Pell 9th, Hightower 10th, Sui in the back of the 10 there in 11th, Nikki and Murph and Sally, Scavney, Jin. Does Jin get the finish? Yes, he does. Jin to win it gets a finish and points. Helg, Will, Young DJ, Yolmir, and JC Blackley all DNF, and we're sad to see Young DJ go back down to Division 2. Good to see you, OG. Thanks for coming into the chat. Appreciate that. Division host page. Okay. Oh, Nero Nix. Dace 1, Tiger 2nd, NSF Light Work 3rd, Forza Juve Detail, Nero. Oh my god, what does that mean for the championship? Who's leading Division 2 again? So Detail was leading Division 2, Monkey, and then Nikki.
Oh my god, we got a 5th safety car. What the hell?
Oh my god.
I also think half our laps have been under the line.
Shoot, I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, Dace with the win. Tiger 2nd. NSF Lightwork. Need to pull out the calculator right now. So Dace gets 76 plus 608, 684. 684. We're gonna do this live. Tiger 2nd gets 72 plus 603. 674. Okay. Light work doesn't matter. Forza Juve. Where are you? Forza Juve doesn't matter. He's safe. But for detail. Detail gets 5th. 60 points. Detail. 60. Shoot, no. 60 plus. Your Knicks gets 6th. 7. Oh my god, who got fastest lap? Forza Juve? Who got hardest charger? Not Nero. Tiger NASCAR did. Oh, Tiger, so Tiger gets the extra point. Or did Tiger set a qualifying time? Yes, he did. Oh my god. But then does the 107 rule come in place? Oh my god, because you set a very bad qualifying lap. Okay, this is getting nuts. Okay, now Monkey. Monkey got 7th, which is 54, plus the 651 he has, so 705. So it's looking like detail. Oh my god. Nero might have missed out by a point, dude.
On promotion or the title?
Sorry?
On promotion or the title?
On promotion.
Oh.
Oh my. So Nikki... Shoot, where did Nikki come? Chat, does anyone remember where Nikki came? Oh my god, Pork. Nero might have missed out by a point. JCast spun in ZGS, me, Spoo, and were right behind, and plowed into him. 3 of the 4 DNF'd. Damn, did you hear that?
Yeah, I saw that with the crack. I caused that for the second time.
Okay, D5. All due respect, D5. I don't care. I want to say no because I didn't win, but I will. Jacko, Sui. Hash is probably going to turn me down. That's fine. I'll probably get detail in. I'll give it a second. We're going to take a look at Crash McQueen's fantasy hockey team. See how they're doing. They're doing okay. Not too bad. They're doing good enough. That's what we're looking for here. Leading the projections? Okay. We'll take it. Ah, sorry, I'm out for the night. Knew it. No worries, that's okay, because that'll give us the Division 2 promotion. Where did Nikki finish? Where did you freaking finish? 12th plus fastest lap. So 51. Let's back up. Nikki. 51 plus 627 equals 678 plus fastest lap, so plus 5 equals 683. Oh my god! Dude! I may be wrong, but Nero and Nikki tied for 1 point out of Dace. Dace right now, unless my calculations are wrong, Dace goes through with 684 and Nero and Nikki are tied with 683. Detail wins with 717 and Monkey comes second with 705. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? That is bonkers. Pork, can you confirm that for me? I need to do the interviews. I'm gonna bring in detail as well. Where did Capital finish in Division 2? I don't know. I'm gonna do the interviews. I'm gonna bring these guys in. We're good. Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. Sorry. We got a mic check. Impossible.
Ew.
Yeah, you're good. Mystic.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Sui.
Yo.
Cool. Alright, sorry guys, I was just running the calculations for Division 2, and what the fuck, you guys don't even understand. I might be wrong, but from what I've calculated is Nikki and Niru Nix both miss out from getting promoted by 1 point.
That's insane.
Yeah. How, just, I don't know. Pork is gonna confirm that for me, but...
Pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah. Dace won it. Dace won Division 2, and looking like that might be the difference. Even with Nikki getting fastest lap in Division 1. It's just, okay, absolutely bananas. But yeah, sorry, that's what was taking me so long, so my apologies. But yes, I can see as you posted in there, Mystic Joker, Alfa Romeo confirmed as Constructors Championship win. We'll talk about the race quickly with you, then we'll talk to Impossible, and then we'll kick it to Sui, then we'll bring it back to you, Mystic, up for the Constructors chat in the end. But so we'll start with qualifying here. You go pole. Matt Rosie wasn't too far off of you in your for pole position there. He had some really solid pace in qualifying, and then he kind of tailed out in the race. But as I ask you this quite a bit, how much did you leave on the table there in qualifying?
Perfect conditions. I definitely left a good bit. I had just gotten done getting like 27-1 or 27 flat in a practice session like an hour before we started. So I was like, huh. That's why, you know, at the at the start of the session, I was like, oh man, okay, I'm I'm probably gonna struggle. I don't know what's going on. But then, you know, the final laps times went down very quickly. But still, you know, I was very happy with the lap. I kept messing up the first sector a good bit. I don't know why. I think it was just surprisingly the nerves, you know, actually kicking in. That it's like showtime, you know, and very rarely do I let that get to me. But yeah, I think it just got to me this time.
Wow. He's the robot shows a little bit of blood. But yeah, so then we get into the race there. Impossible Bacon gave you a really good run there. At the end, he looked really fast. Jin looked very fast. Do you honestly think that Jin had the pace on you in this one during the race pace?
If he had stayed out and all that and would have kept going, yeah, probably, because I don't know what happened, if I was having like some like throttle input issue, or if I had some sort of damage that wasn't showing up on my HUD. But yeah, it was like some laps the car just felt horrible, and it wasn't, it just felt like I was a snail. And then out of nowhere, like 1 or 2 laps, boom, it'd be back. Like, okay, I'd kind of start. I remember because Jen had gotten out close to like 4 seconds, and then I reeled him back in a good bit, and then I started pulling away from Bacon, and then a safety car came out, and then obviously that kind of changed everything up. But yeah, I wasn't gonna fight him too much though, just because I mean I was more so thinking, you know, the constructors not DNFing, that would have been horrible. And yeah, just seeing how the race unfolded.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Impossible really, you know, kind of it was a fun drag to the line there between you two, and it'd been fun to see if Impossible didn't have the penalty. That was that was good. I really enjoyed that one, even with the penalty. I tried to make it seem that it was no penalty in that race. It was good.
No, and massive congrats to Impossible. He drove one hell of a race. I was pretty surprised, very proud of him. And yeah, man, it's good to see him have this type of pace, and that was fun.
Bro, you too nice.
Bruh. Bruh.
Bro.
Bruh. No, yeah, Impossible. You did really well tonight, man. But yeah, Mystic, well done again, man. Like I said, we'll circle back to you, so I'll leave some questions on the table. Jacko, I heard you just took the Division 3 win, so well done there. Yeah, okay. But yeah, we'll jump over to you now, Impossible. So what was did you just put in a crazy amount of hours here for Jeddah, or what came over you this evening? Coming second and competing with Mystic on pace, like, you okay? Like how many Red Bulls have you drinking? Like, what is going on? What's the difference today, dude?
About 3 monsters, an hour of practice, and a race beforehand.
Okay, fair enough. So was it a race
So a
at
normal
Jeddah
day,
as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you run me from beginning to end here? So let's start with qualifying. How'd that run for you?
It was alright. I think I left maybe 4 or 5 tenths because I had a little moment in Sector 1 and I was more focused on not invalidating because I knew I'd gain the time in Sector 3. My wings were ridiculously low, so yeah, I had a lot of straight line speed.
No, that's good. Well, I mean, it obviously worked for you here. So then we'll go on. So you and Scavney seem to have a really good duo between each other. You guys really help each other a lot in qualifying. I guess you always discuss that prior to the race each week, right?
Sometimes. Other times it's just on the fly, being in the right place at the right time.
It seems like it happens so often with you two, though.
Today it happened on purpose.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So I'm just looking at the championship. You won't be able to close the gap to Cake, so you got 5th place locked in here. I'll quickly ask you about, or we'll go back to beginning when Impossible Bacon goes to this door and picks up F1 2021. Did you, at that point, would you believe if I told you that you would finish top 5 in the Midwest Division 1 at that point?
I don't know, because the new game and new handling, everyone was already saying that the handling was pretty whack, so it was kind of a mystery where I would end up. I knew I would probably, going from medium traction to no traction would probably help out my pace a lot, so I expected to maybe finish higher than I did last season, which was like 10th, I think.
I'll pull that up for you here. So last season, yeah, good guess, exactly 10th.
I know my results.
Well done. Yeah, so you're cutting it in half, so next season you're looking at finishing 2.5. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, another a podium for you here now. We're starting to talk to you a little bit more regularly. Are you planning on making this a thing for, obviously, division for season 5? Will you be maybe challenging the likes of Cake and Gin and Hash for maybe the number 2 spot in Midwest?
Maybe. We'll have to see. It depends on what the week is like, really. I seem to only be good at street tracks.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the schedule, but I think there's like half the street tracks.
Okay.
Or something like that. So
Well, we'll have to keep
maybe
that.
it will be better.
We'll have to keep that in the back of our head then. But yeah, congratulations. Well done on another podium. Good job on a solid top 5 in season 4. Oh, quickly, I guess we can ask you, what's the possibility of you and I guess what's the possibility of you keeping your constructors for next season?
I've thought about it. still haven't come to a decision.
Okay, fair enough. We'll leave it at that. Well done, Impossible. Jacko, do you have anything to say to Impossible before we let him go?
Tough to think of questions when I didn't really
No, fair
spectate the
enough.
race,
Fair
but it
enough.
sounds like you had a fantastic run there, Bacon. So well done, and hopefully next season you can get that first win.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a possibility? And if so, which track on the calendar do you think might be your best shot?
I'm just gonna say Baku or Jeddah.
Yeah.
I technically got the win today,
Yeah,
but
he did,
no.
but he also
Sadly.
didn't.
Yeah.
Mystic just
Petition to get my 3 second removed.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear the stewards are easily paid off, so
Yeah. I'll PayPal you like $20.
yeah, no, everything goes towards the league. They're Impossible, so yeah. Anywho, once again, congratulations. We'll kick it to Sui now. Now, if you're there, Sui, you're muted right now.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
All right. So now, when you were at the beginning of the year, and you had the potential of teaming with your brother, were you kind of excited? Obviously, I mean, your team. Now, I've got a different relationship with my brother. We're friends. We're not the closest, but we're brothers, right? And if I had the choice, I'd want to be against my brother so I can kick his ass. Now, is that different for you, or were you excited to team with your brother?
Yeah, it's definitely different with me. When he approached me, you know, because I kind of just figured I was gonna be a last pick or something, because I haven't really been putting up results. And then once my brother came to me and asked me if he wanted to team, I thought he was joking at first, and then he was like, no, like I'm serious, let's do it, this team. And I was like, hell yeah. And I was really excited. I knew it could definitely go well. Unfortunately, this season I didn't put as much practice. It was like very minimal to none, so I didn't really show up. But nonetheless, I was still really excited to team with him.
Yeah, sorry, I was just messaging Pork. He has confirmed for me that my estimates are correct, and Division 2 did come down to 1 point between 3 drivers, and Dace will go through into Division 1 next year. So just a quick little thing. We got detail in here for an interview after we finish up the Division 1 guys, but yes, well done, Sui. You, like you said, yeah, you didn't have. Now last year you finished 9th. Now this season you're looking to finish 9th again. So I guess, I mean, you can even say that you were just as consistent, but now you said that you don't feel like you were as good this season to last season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think is going to be the difference for you for next season?
Definitely putting the time in, starting to practice tracks every week. Because usually I either just do it at the day of or just not at all, just show up. But I'll definitely start putting the time in for next season. I do want to try to get my pace up higher to start competing with more people and make it more interesting for myself and others.
Fair enough. Now, speaking from this game to last game, did you feel like you were just better last game in comparison to this one, even after the update in this one?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I for sure felt better in the last game compared to this one.
Okay. So now, do you credit that maybe to it being so early and you had your setups in place last game, or is it just purely because you think you were better last game than this one right now?
I think I'd have to say this purely being better at the last game.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Yeah, you and your brother did quite a hell of a job taking home the drivers for Mystic and the constructors for you and Mystic there in the Alfa Romeo. Now, I haven't heard anything of being confirmed, or I might be an idiot unless Jacko told me earlier if you guys are going to be returning an Alfa Romeo next season. Now, are you going to take that challenge on, or do you want to try and kick the shit out of your brother like I would?
Honestly, I'm not too sure what my brother plans on doing. But either way, I'd be down for sticking with him or going against him, either way.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, have you looked at the Season 5 schedule at all?
I have not.
Oh, okay. So, anywho, off the top of your head, what would you say the top track is that we could maybe be expecting a podium from you next season at?
I usually tend to do decently well at Baku, so I'd say probably there, or Singapore.
So that now you just pulled both of mine and Jacko's heartstrings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm an Azerbaijan guy, or not from Azerbaijan, but I love Baku, the circuit, and Jacko loves Singapore, so I'll be keeping an eye out for that one. And guess what? Both are in the calendar for next season, so I'll really have to keep that in the back of my mind going into those races.
Definitely getting excited for them.
Yeah, sounds good. Jack, I'll kick it to you if you have anything for Subi there.
Yeah, well, sweet. Congratulations on the constructors' title, along with Mystic there. Was your approach for this race more of a like, I've got to finish the race, get the points sort of thing, or was it, not caring too much about that and just having a normal race?
So in full honesty, I did come into this race very nervous, because I know, it was a big thing on me. I definitely felt a lot of pressure. And then Mystic actually told me right before the race started, he's just like, just calm down, just have fun. It is what it is at the end of the day. So I just try to give it my all, not think about the constructors at all.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
I know pressure can really make people, have different reactions on this game. So I'm not sure if you'd had experience with that championship pressure before. So it's interesting how you deal with that. But it sounds like you did a perfect job.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. I did get bummed out during that race because I ended up getting underbody damage because I got hit from behind during the safety car. So I just lost all my straight speed, but luckily we were still able to finish ahead of Murph and Sully.
Well done once again, despite that setback.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Could you tell that your brother was nervous as well while he was telling for you to settle down?
No, not at all actually.
So this is news to you that
anyways.
he was nervous as well heading into the race.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well done, Mystic. Way to hide the emotions.
Hey man, gotta keep it cool,
Yeah.
Even though underneath it all, just trembling like crazy and whatnot. But nah. It was fun, man. It was fun.
Awesome. Yeah. Well done. But yeah, Mystic, why don't you tell me a little bit about how much this Constructors Championship means to you for you bringing it home for the family name.
Yeah, man. I mean, it honestly means the world to me. Not gonna lie to you. I've never teamed up with my brother.
Uh-huh.
I'm the one who got him into league racing years ago. We never teamed up because I always just kind of had my own thing going with people wanting to team up with and whatnot. But at the start of this season, the opportunity showed itself, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go out there, have some fun, see what we can do. And throughout the season, I tried helping him out. I tried, boosting up his confidence and just getting him to a point to where no matter what happens, at the end of the day, like, we were just out here having fun, enjoying ourselves, and competing. And that's what I wanted, and yeah, sure, I know we wanted the title win, but it was more like the fact that we were able to just finally be able to do something league racing wise together, and we were actually able to achieve it. Oh man, that means the world. That honestly, this Constructors beats any other title that I've ever won in any league. So it's very special, man. Very special moment for me. I'm very proud of Sui. So it's good stuff, man. Alfa Romeo on top. Let's go.
Well, shit. My brother's never said any of that crap to me. Shit you not, but that's awesome to hear, man. I'm really happy that we could make that happen for you guys. Like, you guys deserved it. You guys fought hard. The Ferrari boys didn't give it easy to you guys. They made you earn it, and we'll see if they can do it again next season. They're confirmed to team back, and they're gonna put whoever you guys are teamed with under some fire. So it's very looking forward to it next season. Well done, both of you guys. Very happy to hear that you guys are in awesome spirits from it, and it makes us feel good knowing that you guys really do care about these championships. I swear to God, it really does. So I mean,
Absolutely, man.
you don't have to say you're welcome for saying that, but I appreciate you guys saying that. So it's really good to hear.
Man, you guys have provided a very fun league here. You guys have grown it to just this incredible league. The community feeling here is very nice. The competition here is great. There's a little bit of everything for everyone, and it's only gonna get better and better, man. So very happy to be racing here, and very happy to continue racing here for another season.
Sounds good,
So,
man. Appreciate
man.
that. Really happy that you were able to come back. Remember, you kind of told us 2 weeks ago that there was a chance that you might not come back. But yeah, I'll say it again. I'm happy that you're able to, and I'm happy that you brought Suey into the racing the racing world, and we get the opportunity to meet and chat with him as well. You guys are both good guys.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. And thank you guys for doing what you do. Everyone, all the commentators. It's always fun to go back to all the races and rewatch just all the craziness and silliness that goes on, and it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I know sometimes I've given you crap, but no, man, it's been fun going back and watching the races, and honestly seeing especially this season, seeing yourself and Jocko evolve throughout the season, commentating wise, and getting more comfortable with each other and whatnot. Because man, I remember those first couple races, man. It was a little awkward, but man, you guys turned into a pretty good duo. That was pretty fun to go back and watch, man.
I'll let you take that one away, Jacko, but that's good to hear. I appreciate that.
Well, of course. I mean, we started with Crash being experienced in the box, and I had no experience whatsoever. It was just about finding each other's timing and trying not to interrupt each other too much, which we still do, but far less than we think we did in the first couple of weeks. So, no, it worked out pretty well, despite these last 3 races being a bit different with me racing as well. But yeah, it's been a good experience to be in the commentary box for 2 seasons. Time to go back into the racing for the next season.
Yeah, man, need you back in the car. It's
yeah, not Division 1 though, I don't think, sadly. There's no space, mate.
Yeah, Division 1 it's getting stacked, man. Getting stacked pretty crazy. Looking forward to it though.
All right. Well, we've got Detail waiting in the chat here. Speaking of stacked, this is a guy that's going to come up here and try and do his best to challenge Mystic, Sui, and Impossible coming to next season. Detail, are you there? You still with us?
I am, yeah.
So you have gotten the official news, barring any sort of penalties and whatnot. Right now, you're currently sitting as the Season 4 Division 2 champion. Tell me how that feels to hear.
Unbelievable. I don't know. I can't even. If you would have told me that at the start of the year, I mean, I thought I would do better than last season. I thought I had a pretty good run at the end of the 2020 game, but I did not think that I would be sitting on top here.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at that, you missed out on promotion into Division 1 for this season by 16 points last season. But now, the way it's looking right now, you've secured it by over 30 points. So, yeah, you've been very consistent throughout the season. You've been at the top of the leaderboards in Division 2 from beginning to end, and it looks like you're taking home the championship on the final couple weeks. So, won't you take me through these last 2 weeks where you really stepped it up, and in Imola you went from 4th to 1st, and in this race you held first. Won't you take me through those last 2 weeks?
Yeah, Imola was, I'm a long time F1 fan. I've been watching the races forever, and I've known the track for a long time. I had a general comfort level there. I was really excited about it coming into this game. And then because I kind of knew where people were going in the drivers table and the constructors table. I just wanted to keep being consistent, not push it too much, but try to aim for top 5s as much as I could, and it worked out. And then, yeah, when it came to this week, a new track, I looked at it as, clean slate for everybody. I was really thankful that we got, an extra week to practice. So, and I don't know, it just seemed to be a track that I quite enjoyed. It's a really good rhythm track, and those seem to be the ones that I do better at. And so it really suited my driving style. So I was really excited once I learnt the corners and everything. Jeddah was really fun for me. So
Yeah. Well, sorry, where'd you finish again? It was like 4th, wasn't it?
5th, I think. Yeah. Again, it was I could have taken more risks, but I knew that as long as I placed top 5, top 7, I was pretty safe, and that would put a lot of pressure on everybody else. So I knew Monkey Mafia would have had to beat me by more than one position, and I figured, if I'm in the top 5, then that's less likely to happen. And then, I was worried about Nicky going in D1, because I was like, man, the points difference could have made a huge difference there. But again, I was like, he's got 30 points to make up. And I was like, okay, if I, think about it logically, if I am top 5, top 7, he's got to be, in the top 3 or 4, or even higher. So, and knowing who's in D1, I was like, okay, he's got to beat Mystic, Jin, Bacon, and I wasn't sure if that was going to happen, given he's been most of his time in D2 this year. So yeah,
you did a heck of a job, man. Did you have any thought in your mind to try and push for the win?
In Jeddah, for a very brief moment, after a safety car, but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna end up, fighting too hard with someone, and I don't want to do that, because bigger picture. And I think that's kind of something that's really led to this result too. This year is, I've had a lot more patience and pick my battles. And just, if someone's faster, I can try to just trail them, see if there's mistakes. I think that's, also what I'm going to take it going into D1 is, more of a learning opportunity. But I'm still aiming for, solid midfield. I'm still going to aim for, top 10s, and mostly really just to be a strong support role for constructors. Because I don't think I'm going to be, challenging for podiums or anything. I think next year is just going to be a learning experience in D1, and that's what I'm looking forward to is, just to improve.
Don't count yourself out. I'm sensing that Mystic Joker's starting to get washed up.
Move.
Just
#washed
a little
up.
bit, but just wanted to say real quick, man, congratulations on the title.
Thank you.
Very, very good stuff, man. Look forward to seeing you next season.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, good stuff, man. I'm excited to seeing you too. I'll let Jacko go with any questions or comments that he's got for you, Detail.
Well, it's tough to think of anything here, but Detail, big congratulations again. It was no mean feat. And next season, I'm sure we'll see you on the podium again in Division 1. But perhaps you might consider looking to Alfa Romeo, because there's a certain driver who needs a teammate. I'm not sure if Swede's going to get it again or not.
Yeah. I mean, I've got. I mean, I don't really have a preference. I do like the Alpha car. I think it's a nice looking car. Like I said, I don't really have a preference, but all I can say is that I'm going to be a consistent driver. I'm going to more than likely finish races. And like I said, my aim is to improve, and I feel like I could be, mid-tier top 10s, and, depending who I team up with, if they're also there, that could just lead to a strong constructor showing. So That's the goal, I think, for me.
Okay. Only time will tell.
I think it goes 7-1 for selection, right? How does it go? The bottom 3 full-time drivers in each division are sent to the top 3 located. Then 7-1 will make their team selections from position 8 to 17 of the remaining drivers, and then the last 3 called up drivers from Division 2 in order of 1 to 3 will make their constructors and team selections last. So it sounds like you'll have the pick, unless I don't think things have been changed. So you'll
okay.
you'll have a pick of the remaining 3 constructors, whatever's left for you. But I'm not
All
sure.
right.
I'm not sure if Jacko asked you, but what would be your most preferred constructor?
Man, that's a good question.
What car looks
I
the
mean-
prettiest?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, when I started in Midwest, I started with Merck, and you know, I've been there. You know, I raced last season was with Racing Point, but which you know was the pink Mercedes. But no, I mean, it would be kind of cool, I guess, if you want to say, you know, kind of, you know, special place in my heart type of thing. But I wouldn't mind staying with Merck. I think it'd be kind of cool to just move up the ranks with it.
Okay. Well,
Hopefully.
you might have that opportunity next season, so I'm excited to see the draft. It's always a fun time, that draft time, so we'll see what takes place. But thanks everyone for coming in. If everyone's got any shout outs or anything, say them now. We'll start with you, Detail. Anything to say?
I gave a quick shout out to the D2 guys, everybody who's moving up. Dace, who had a ridiculous end to this season.
Yeah.
To make it up there, he's gonna be quick. So congrats to him. Yeah, all of D2 like has been great, just crazy the whole season. And like I said, I said it in the Hotspot stream as well. But you know, to show up in the last race with seven guys still in it, that was insane. And just shows, you know, the competitiveness of the league. And you know, I'm looking forward to next year. And shout out to all the guys in D1. Mystic, congrats. And yeah, let's see what next year brings.
Yeah, sounds good. Looking forward to that. What about you, Impossible? What do you have to say?
Just been a good season, I guess. Been fighting with Mystic for a couple races was both a confidence boost and fun. Racing him is fair, and yeah, just congrats on the constructors and drivers.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're getting a lot of love from the Menace in chat right now, Impossible.
No idea who that is.
Don't say that. Just said thank you.
I mean, thank you, number one fan.
You might be running on a different name in Twitch. But anyway, yeah, well done. We'll be seeing you soon, Impossible. Mystic, what says you?
I mean, just wanna say, you know, again, thank you to all the league organizers, you know, all the commentators, all the drivers. You know, it's been one hell of a ride this season. Just this season alone, you know, the league has blown up incredibly well. You know, big shout out to Sui again on taking on this massive challenge and overcoming it, even after he thought that he couldn't do it or whatever. But well, we did it, man. So good stuff. And you know, also a big shout out to you know, the fans that are tuning in. You know, everyone who comes in and watches the races and whatnot, man. It's all love. So appreciate that, and looking forward to the next season.
Yeah, me too, man. Really excited. Thank you. Thanks for the shoutouts again. Appreciate that. It's good to hear once again. But yeah, what about you, Sui? Anything left to say? You're gonna bring season 4 to a close.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, of course, big shout out to all the organizers and everybody who make this league possible and made it what it is now. Um, Big shout out to my brother for just keeping my mood up about this constructors and just going out there having fun. Uh, Bacon for sure for stepping it up. He used to be my biggest rival, and he's definitely stepped it up a lot. So, big ups to him and Detail. Congrats. I know I didn't say it earlier, but congrats. And I'm just looking forward to the next season, and hopefully it'll be better for me.
All right, awkward pause.
Oh no, his crash is muted again. Once again, Mystic, this is your fault. I would do this all day while you guys are talking, but you made me very self-conscious about it, so I always mute myself, and I forget to unmute myself.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
We'll do the keyboard ASMR streams tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, if anyone's interested in that. So, but anywho, we're still finishing up with F1. Thank you, Sui. Very, very well said. But yeah, we'll be talking to you guys later. I'm gonna boot you guys back into the waiting room.
All right, thanks, guys.
Oh.
See you later.
Later. So, well, season 4 is in the books, dude. That was it came down to it. Division 2 sure as hell came down to it. Sounds like it came down to the last couple meters for you in Division 3 for your win. So
Yeah, that's certainly true. I hadn't been in the lead the entire race until after the last turn. That's really sad for Subtle, but whole.
oh,
He left immediately afterwards as well.
why
I
did
feel
you?
a bit bad.
What?
Mate, it was on the table. I had to try it.
Oh, wow. I don't know if
But,
you deserve
yeah.
to say goodbye for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he won't be back until next season, that's for sure.
Oh god.
I think I just wanted to check with you whether you I think Nicky was saying he got fastest lap. Did you count that point?
Yes,
I'm sure you did.
I did add that in.
Oh, okay. Imagine if that was.
Yeah. No, I did add that in. It's rough. I even
Oh,
checked on who
man.
was the hardest charger. But yeah, it wasn't to be, unfortunately.
It's 5 points, right? Not 1 point, right?
5 points for fastest lap, 1 point for hardest charger.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah,
That's so close.
dude, like, yeah, it was freaking tight. But yeah, this is what it is. It's the way it ends. Comes down to a point to difference. One
You know what
position
also
here,
it comes
one
down
less
to?
penalty here. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, there was 1 week where people who checked in on time got 2 points.
Yeah, that was the wedding week.
Yeah. So I don't know if we should check who of any of those guys
my.
missed out on those 2 points, but if that was the case, that could be
How
quite
could
the
you,
contentious.
how would you know that that'd be the difference though? But yeah, I don't.
That's pain. It was the difference. But wow, so to have so many drivers within such a small margin is just incredible.
Oh
But
yeah.
I guess it sets those drivers who are 4th, 5th, 6th up for a good run in Division 2 in Season 5.
Yeah,
Essentially with those who are promoted from Division 3 as well. So
but I mean,
you
you've
just
got
never know.
Soy Loco who got promoted in season 3, coming down into Division 2. He had a really unlucky season. We got Random Serious. We know the pace that he can bring, and he's found some bad luck. And now you got young DJ CJ who got early promotion. I think early this season up into Division 1. So it's just like it's gonna be an absolute bloodbath, man.
I know, and many of those guys that you mentioned who got demoted after this round actually have been on the podium in Division 1. It's not
Yeah.
like anyone here is a slouch.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how competitive it is.
At Division 3, you're bringing up, looks like, yeah, Mitch Burns, Pork Chops, and Capital are coming up into Division 2 from 3. So Mitch Burns absolutely ran away with the Division 3 title, so we'll see what he can do in Division 2. But, I mean, it's just, oh my, I don't even know, dude. And Light Work, NSF Light Work has a full season in Division 2 now, so it's just like, it doesn't
Oh,
end.
yeah, it'll be very tough to beat. Yeah.
Wow. It's a lot to look forward to next season, man. I'm really looking forward to this. And I enjoyed our season for casting. Like Mystic said, we got better as we went on. So.
Yeah, he took a bit of a shot at us there, didn't he? What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, we're on opposite sides of the world, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, I mean, there's lag in the commentary box too.
Yeah. Oh, Christ. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts?
So which Australian are you going to get to commentate with you next season?
Which Australian?
I mean, it's been Stat for 2 seasons. It was me for 2 seasons.
I was thinking, what's his name? Bloody hell. Fill in the. Oh, what's his name? Fill in the time for a second. We're gonna find him.
HSV? Is that how you put it?
No. Tim Cahill.
What, a random football player?
Yeah. He's one of the few Australians I know the name of.
Fair enough.
Just a random football player. I mean,
I'm sure he'll be up for that.
Name a Canadian that isn't Justin Bieber, Ryan Reynolds, or Seth Rogen.
I didn't know Justin Bieber was Canadian.
Well, there you go.
Canadian, Chris Jericho.
Wow, that's a weird one, but yeah.
Kenny Omega.
That's out of nowhere, but yeah. Oh, what's his name?
Kobe Smulders? Or does he act like he's Canadian?
Oh, what's his freaking name? Why am I blanking? Is it? No, it's not. The dude's the guy, the Gladiator. Who played the Gladiator? Isn't he Australian?
Yeah, he's Australian. Is it Crowe?
What's his freaking name? Yeah, Russell Crowe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Australian.
Yeah, see, that guy. He's coming. So, yeah, I'm getting Tim Cahill for season 5 and 6, and then Russell Crowe for 7 and 8.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, his movie career is going down the tank, so he's going to try and revive it with us. So yeah, we look forward to that in the future. But
you don't even go for like Mark Webber or someone. You go first.
I guess that's true. I guess you have Daniel Ricciardo as well. I'm blanking on Australians, for Christ's sakes. I'm a freaking commentator.
I don't pick Jack Villeneuve or anything. I pick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, who'd you pick again? Oh, Chris Jericho. That is so random, Chris Jericho. What? All right.
Yeah,
fair
why
enough.
not? What's wrong with that?
Fair enough. Okay. Well, anywho, why don't you get your final thoughts in for season 4, and we'll bring this shindig to an end.
Well, yeah, it's always fascinating to see how the first season of a new game goes. We always forget that. Well, we always forget, but some of us may forget that this is the first season on 2021, and all the previous seasons were on 2020. So, seismic shifts sort of with pace for people. And you get to see a bit of a different grid. I mean, I know we saw the same champion, saw Gene up front as well again, but we saw people move forward, such as Bacon, which is great to see again on the podium. Plenty of time this season now, in fact. So, yeah, it's good to see different drivers, and I think next season will only be more competitive again with those guys getting some confidence.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the draft. I love that stuff. So I'm constantly on my phone when that's going on. I loved seeing who's going where and whatnot. It's really exciting. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Season 4 is done. It's in the books. We had a freaking blast of a time. Division 2 came down to the absolute freaking wire. The Drivers' Championship wasn't wrapped up until the second last race, and the Constructors Championship wasn't wrapped up until the second last lap in the final race. So that just tells you how much fun we had this season. So it was very entertaining stuff, and I'm really looking forward to next season. And as well as I'm wishing you best of luck in your endeavors on your going back into your racing career there, Jacko. So let's see what you can do.
Yeah, thanks very much. I definitely enjoyed it in the country. I wish that these last races probably commentated as well. I think Paul really needed me to, provide some evidence that I'm still, going to show up to all the races. That's just how the placement works for next season. I kind of just wanted to show up for next season, but racing these last few races too important to get that spot.
Oh my!
That's the reason it happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been. It's been a good couple of seasons here, and yeah, be expecting Tim Cahill in the booth next season. So, and Porkchops just told me that Jonathan Dunk is going to be in Division 2 as well.
Wow, stacked.
Yeah, absolutely stacked. Good luck, everyone in Division 2. So we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, once you bring, I'll say my goodbyes and you to bring Division 4 to a close. How about that?
Season 4?
Or Season 4.
Season 4?
Season 4.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so goodbye everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in. I had a heck of a time. Thank you everyone that did tune into the chat every now and then. Have a good Thursday. I'll be seeing everyone soon. Go fuck yourself, Pork. Take it away there, Jacko.
Hi everyone, it's been great to be in the box alongside Crash. One of the best commentators we've seen in many years of racing. So yeah, for the final time, Jacko signing off from the commentary box. See you guys on track.
Yeah, goodbye.